Welcome to I Said What I Said. I'm Brad Wakai. That's Tyson Gentri. We're continuing our, exit interview, for lack of a better term, here for what happened in the NFL draft.
Entrance.
Oh, yeah.
That's all the guys. Welcome,
man. Yeah, our onboarding process, I guess.
Yeah.
That's probably the better one here. AFC East. We did the NFC East before, so go check that one out. AFC East, Tyson, a little bit interesting here. I think there's a lot of teams here who needed to make some moves, and I thought they did a good job on the front.
Yeah, this is maybe the most boring division for the draft stuff.
Well, let's get into it. I mean, Buffalo Bills. It's not like necessarily when you start with a team that picked at 30, are we going to necessarily have a game breaker? But they got a guy, Maxwell Hairston. We went over this speedster. Love that play. You got to mirror the other guy, from your rival from the Chiefs, if you let him select a year ago, as 𝐬𝐝𝐵𝐝. But in the second round, you go T.J. Sanders, defensive tackle from South Carolina. Then you get Landon Jackson, the edge rusher from Arkansas, who actually had a great combine. This is one of my risers. I thought that was a great pick for them. So they look to get some more things off the edge, more pass rush. Rest of the way here, Tyson, as we mainly just dive into the day 1 and 2. But in the fourth round, you go defensive tackle again. Two fifth-round picks. You go cornerback again, and then you get a tight end. 2 sixth-round picks, cornerback, an offensive tackle, and then you end on a 7th-round pick with a wide receiver, a little coin flip, see if those happen here. What did you think of the Bills draft? I thought there was some real vision here.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the vision was like, hey, maybe we need to stop letting everybody outscore Josh Allen, and that seemed to be well executed. Hairston's a game breaker. We talked about that a little bit in our round 1 breakdown. T.J. Sanders, I think, has a little bit of work to do to make this investment pay off, but if it does, it's going to be great for the Bills. Landon Jackson, is designed to play for the Buffalo Bills scheme-wise. He's going to fit perfectly, and then Deon Walker's a huge human being. Just an absolutely massive guy that you can plug in the middle. So just focusing on those picks there, I think that the vision was, hey, we should, start winning games 21-17.
Yeah, I mean, you got a defensive head coach in Sean McDermott. I felt like this defense has not been one of the best ones when you have a defensive coach. I think a lot of it has to do with personnel. They need to get younger because if you're going to be paying Josh Allen and you need to boost certain things on this team, you got to start hitting on stuff in the trenches. T.J. Sanders, man, it's a high upside play, right? If he hits, you got another guy in the center here. And then Deon Walker, too. I mean, you're hoping that one of those guys hits. If so, you got a guy that you can pair with in the trenches for a long time. Then Landon Jackson, I don't necessarily think you're expecting him to be Max Crosby. But if he can come off the edge in pass rushing situations and be a difference maker, that's what you want out of a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, if he gets 15 snaps a week, you're over the moon.
The Miami Dolphins, Tyson. I mean, boy, Kenneth Grant, man, did they miss they miss their guy, Wilkins, who left. But they go with him in the 1st round. 2nd round, 𝐿𝐿𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻, the offensive guard from Arizona, huge human being. And then they didn't have another pick until the 5th round, Tyson. This is when they got a little busy here. Defensive tackle Jordan Phillips from Maryland. They go cornerback and safety with the 2 remaining picks. They take Ollie Gordon, your boy, in round 6. Then how about Quinn Ewers in round 7, going to the Miami Dolphins with the defensive tackle, rounding out their draft. What did you make of the Dolphins here?
Well, first of all, they traded up last year to go take Jalen Wright, and so I think the Ollie Gordon stuff might be a little overblown as far as contributions year 1, but this is the only 7th-round quarterback we're probably going to talk about. This is a team that has to use their backup quarterback quite a bit, and the offense looks dysfunctional when it's Skylar Thompson or whoever else, and maybe Quinn Ewers can give you the ability to run an NFL offense if Tua has to miss more time. At the top, everyone is, Derek Harmon should have been the pick, or Walter Nolan should have been the pick. Kenneth Grant walks into Miami as the toughest guy in the locker room. Right away. And that's something that they needed desperately. I think upside-wise, he's as good as those guys can be. You mentioned 7-8, Phillips. This was maybe more of a we shouldn't have to take the ping pong tables out of the locker room type draft for the Miami Dolphins. Let's get some guys in here that know how to play football, that have a little bit of edge to them.
And I was going to say, Kenneth Grant's walking as a tough dude. So is 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻. This guy is a mauler, and he wants to play football. He's physical. He's ready to hit you at the point of attack. And it's clear, right? Defensive tackle, guard, defensive tackle. Okay, we need to get in the trenches, boys. We need to get physical. And then, yeah, I mean, Jason Marshall from Florida, the corner, round 5 guy, you're just kind of hoping the guys the rest of the way hit. Quinn Ewers, I want to ask you here, is Quinn Ewers starting games for the Miami Dolphins, and does he take over for Tua Tagovailoa?
Not if he doesn't get hurt. Like if Tua gets hurt, then maybe we'll have a different conversation. But Quinn Ewers isn't walking in here and winning the job out of camp.
I don't think so. I think the way it would happen is Tua gets hurt and then he gets Wally pipped, right? Like Ewers comes in, he starts throwing that fastball around, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, wait a minute, we got something here.
Maybe if Mike McDaniels is watching the film back while he's doing one of his little vape runs, but like we watched Quinn Ewers play a lot of college football, dude. This guy's not taking anybody's job.
The New York Jets in a new regime here, and boy, they kind of told you what they wanted to do, didn't they? First round pick, our 7th overall. Let's not overthink it. Let's go get a mauler offensive tackle. Let's build our trenches. Armand Membu from Missouri. We said we loved it when it first came out. We did our first round recap. You pair him with Olaf Oshano. You got your bookends. Okay. What do we do in the second round? Tyson, everybody's talking. Tyler Warren at 7. Let's go get Mason Taylor, tight end from LSU. And I think a very good pick here. And then to round out the day 2 is you get a cornerback, Azare Thomas from Florida State. The rest of the wave, 2 4th-round picks, Arian Smith, wideout from Georgia, Malachi Moore, safety from Bama, which is interesting to me. And then only 2 5th-round picks, and then they're done. 2 guys from Miami, linebacker, and then an edge rusher. So what'd you make of the Jets' first year of the new regime here?
I think I liked it. We'll find out. I mean, we love Membo, a little raw, and it's like impossible to grade these guys after year 1 anyways, whatever position they play. But this is a huge human being, and it's just the Jets saying, hey, we watched the film, and this was not up to our standards. Mason Taylor is interesting. I think he gives them something that they need after they lose Devontae Adams and some of these other guys that have been in the building, which is somebody besides Garrett Wilson to be able to catch football. And I think that is needed. And Thomas too, but it's like he's not very fast down the field, and he struggles with physical coverage, and he's going to get a lot of that, I think, when you're on the other side clearing space for Garrett Wilson. So I don't love that so much, but Aaron Glenn right now kind of has the right to do whatever he wants because this is a drastic shift from where they were.
Tyson is biting his tongue on Mason Taylor because he was sweating bullets that he was going to go to the Eagles.
I don't want him in Philly. I don't think Mason Taylor is going to be a great NFL player. I don't.
There we go.
At the same time, his dad's a Hall of Famer. His uncle's a Hall of Famer. He's 20 years old, and he should have had 150 catches at LSU a year ago, and he didn't. And whether that's offensive scheme, Garrett Nussmeier not wanting to throw the ball, or maybe Mason Taylor isn't this – he's not Tyler Warren, as a tight end, but – 2 years ago, it's like people point to his production. It's like the team with Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. on it. Like, of course.
He's also, the nephew of Joy Taylor. So shout out Mason Taylor.
Shout out.
Let's finish with the Patriots. Another new regime. And it's a little bit of the, Back to the Future, right? Because it's Mike Vrabel taking over. And we said, you can see what the Jets wanted to do here. Let's go through this. Here's your day 1 and 2 pick. First round, number 4 overall, Will Campbell, offensive tackle LSU. All right. We like where we're at. Let's go into day 2.
And die.
Travion Henderson, running back from Ohio State. Then you draft Kyle Williams in round 3, wide receiver from Washington State. Let's add center from Georgia, Jared Wilson. That's pretty good. And safety, Craig Woodson from Cal. They're not done on day 2. Let's go get defensive tackle Joshua Farmer, which is somebody that potentially was circled for the Eagles who we're paying attention to. And then the rest of the way, we're going coin flips, right? Let's see what we got here. Edge rusher from LSU, place kicker from Miami, which is just hilarious. Offensive tackle from Missouri, long snapper from Vandy, and then a cornerback from Memphis, the Mr. Irrelevant. So what'd you make of what New England did under Mike Vrabel?
I think Will Campbell is an excellent pick at 4. This was a case of not overthinking it. Let's just go get the guy that knocked our head coach down. If you've seen that story at his pre-draft workout with Braves there, hitting him with the pads on. Travion Henderson is a monster. I don't care what anybody else has to say about this pick, but they have Ramondre Stevenson, and wideout was a way bigger need. And look at all these other guys on the board. Travion Henderson might walk in as the second best blocking guy on the New England Patriots behind Will Campbell by the time he gets in the building. I think this is RIP Ramondre Stevenson. Kyle Williams was super interesting. What did you think about him going that high?
I know a lot of people are liking it, Tyson. I think it's let's take a shot here in the third round. I mean, we got to get some weapons here. If it works, it works.
Yeah, it's just that was a little head scratching based on who was on the board, but we don't necessarily know what this new Patriots team is going to look like. And then steal of the draft for them, I think, is Swinson from LSU. I mean, he's athletic, he can get around the edge, all of that stuff. And in the 5th round, they lose 𝐬𝐻, and it's like, well, we can at least backfill some of this with a guy who's going to cost $4 million.
Overall, it's interesting, man. I mean, I thought
anytime you take a kicker and a long snapper, dude, I am all in.
You love it. I mean, you love it, especially from the places like Miami and Vandy, because they're going to be 2 different schools. Honestly,
2 different personalities too. The Vanderbilt guy's going to have the kicker getting in the books and everything. The kicker's going to want to get the Vanderbilt guy going out. Maybe we're going to go to some clubs. It's Boston.
It is Boston. You can get in some trouble there, but you can also be smart there. It's a perfect city for both of them. All right, that's going to wrap it up for our AFC East analysis. We got a ton more coming this way, breaking down all the different divisions, little quick hitters like this, letting you know what we think of these. So that's why you guys stay subscribed. Let's smash that like button on the way out. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.